1, 1, 2, mic check 1, 2. I think we on. Back at it. Let's see where we at. First and foremost, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode, Sunday Night Smoke podcast. We in a building, man. Let me add T-Roni to the joint. T-Roni, what's good? How you doing out there? Mic check 1, 2. Can we hear you? Can we hear you?
How you doing? How you doing?
Chilling. Let me see.
Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday. Word up. That's what it is. Let me see who else. I know we got Kimmy in the building. Was good. Kimmy got Lee in the joint. Was good.
Hey, y'all.
Last but not least, Tony D is a beast.
Tony D.
Let's get at it, man.
How's everybody doing?
What's good, everybody? How y'all doing?
How you doing? How are you today?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Sunday. Oh man. Sunday. Chilling. Keeping it light, but keeping it heavy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about something today. We're gonna get right into it. Let me see what else. We're gonna do some fair use action, of course. Let's run a little banner or two. Let's see. Let's make it look good. How do I do that? Let's see. Oh yeah, you know what? Hold on, let me edit that joint real quick.
Salad in the box, brother. What you down there eating on?
Oh man,
salad in the box.
I didn't see the box. Is that the salad in the box?
No, it's Applebee's. It ain't salad in the box. It's Applebee's.
Oh man, that's not bad.
Yeah, Applebee's salad with a little 2 for $25 they got.
Okay.
I had to jump on that.
It looked like he was only shopping for one. Left us out there hungry, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? This guy. Oh man. Your man's. But let's see. Can we run that joint? Okay, that goes there. Let me see. I think here we go. But while I'm working on that, let's get into this. So check it out. What we got here? Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna cover something that's like we haven't been getting too much press on this, man. Let me get my little fair use. So this, of course, is gonna be fair use. OG classic in the building.
Yo, man. Hope everything all right, man.
And salute. Let me see. Let me throw this up there. Good evening, everyone.
Hopefully your nephew.
Sitting at urgent care with my nephew. So I'm just listening in tonight. Oh man, is everything good? I hope everything is good with your nephew, OG.
Nephew, all right.
Salute to you. Oh man, hopefully everything is good. Keep us posted, bro. You know what I mean?
Word.
Salute the OG Classic Jones in the building. We're gonna cover this. Let me pull this up here. We're gonna cover the situation in Haiti. Okay.
Oh.
This is something that's not getting the press that it needs to get.
Oh.
So we're gonna give it some airtime on this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna of course I'm gonna, I already got the fair use lined up. Let me see my banners. Let me go back on here because I didn't actually reset a lot of these banners from last week on some goofy shit. Like late, but better late than never.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Word up. Like, yeah, subscribe, damn it.
You still ain't told us what's in the box, Tony D. Well,
it was salad. No, that's real. There was just Caesar salad in that box. I got yeah, it was Caesar salad in that box.
Don't be
T-Roni, did you see the message I left with you in the private chat?
No.
Look at the message I left you in the private chat.
Oh man, I'm gonna look through one.
I wish.
No, but I'm saying I really like it. That's why I was like, damn, girl.
If you don't know, T-Roni is known to wear many hats, aka
oh man.
Don't do it. Don't
he was
do
saying
it.
he was Yeah, you don't got to do all that shit.
Yeah.
Let me see. And it is wilding.
Different looks, different show energies.
Yes, I love
Where's
it.
my
I love
damn?
it.
Giving the ombre white to dark to white. Ombre, I guess it's called. I don't know. So
It doesn't matter. It looks lovely. I love it. It looks cute.
thank you very much.
Here's the fade.
Y'all
So
seem
let's
like
go
y'all
with
all
this.
grew up though, because I haven't seen y'all in a month of Sundays.
Things in the bridge.
We're back. Yes, Queen. So let's get into it. Let me see. Boom. Here we go.
Let's see what we
Okay,
got.
I think this was it right here. Okay, so this is gonna be fair use. This is gonna be a fair use, of course, obviously.
Just
Let's pull this
the
joint
title.
up right here. Let's see. Yeah, let's no, this is actually yes. Hold on. Let's bring this back to the top. Let's open up the page. And once again, this is gonna be I have to claim fair use on this. You know what, this mouse is driving me crazy.
So
And
just FYI, if anybody knows, just recently Haiti, another president has stepped down from Haiti.
they're gonna talk. They're gonna talk about it on. They're gonna go about it. We're gonna. Yeah, that's
Okay,
part of
almost
this. Also.
why, but just right now, what the news is that another president stepped down.
Amongst the madness, right? Hold on. Let's see if I can get this shit to work right with this fucking bag ragged. My the cordless mouse had been charging, so I use this backup joint, and this shit is like straight trash. But let's see if we can get this to pop, baby. All right, let's go from here. Let's go here, and let's bring it back like that.
Yeah, classic. It's that Haiti shit.
This is Haiti, caught in the middle of an escalating gang war. It's a country on the brink of collapse.
You hear it?
Murder, kidnappings, and sexual violence are an everyday reality. The gangs have become too powerful, and the police are no match.
What's really incredible, actually, is the sense of being in a war zone, actually.
Over the years, I've seen firsthand Haiti's downward spiral into violence and chaos.
This is very much an ongoing disaster.
So how has Haiti reached this point, and what might happen next? Haiti is a small country in the Caribbean. Its capital, Port-au-Prince, is mostly controlled by dangerous armed gangs.
It's quite remarkable, actually. You've got so many factions, so many gangs fighting each other, and their territories are very specific.
The city is caught in the middle of a deadly turf war between these groups.
So if you were to just go through here now, would they shoot?
Yeah. January was the most violent month in the country in more than 2 years.
At least 806 people were killed, injured, or kidnapped in January.
In 2023, nearly
806 people in jail.
5,000 people were killed. 100 so Prince's members.
It's quite remarkable, actually. You've got so many factions, so many gangs fighting each other, and their territories are very specific.
The city is caught in the middle of a deadly turf war between these groups.
So if you were to just go through here now, would they shoot?
Yeah. January was the most violent month in the country in more than 2 years.
At least 806 people were killed, injured, or kidnapped in January.
In 2023, nearly 5,000 people were killed, a 110% increase on the year before.
Gangs also continued to use sexual violence against women and girls as a weapon.
Things have deteriorated as this year has gone on. These people fled their homes during heavy shootouts between rival gangs fighting for control of territory and businesses. And in that same month, gangs attacked police stations, the main airport, and raided the country's two biggest prisons, releasing thousands of inmates.
La prisión, el motín, sí, corría peligro nuestras vidas.
In March, Haiti entered a state of emergency. Signs of street battles can be seen everywhere. This elderly woman was hit by a stray bullet. Now, a gang boss and former police officer known as Barbecue has called for criminal groups to unite and overthrow the Prime Minister Ariel Henry.
Did you pause on purpose? And Ace Word, are you there? Ace Word, if you're there, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Now we can hear you. Yes.
I can't hear you now. Oh man.
We here, bro. We here. Can you hear
What's
me?
wrong with that?
We can hear
We
you.
hear. We can hear you.
Okay, copy. All right. So this is wild now. So this dude right here is a big gang boss. He was former officer, allegedly, right? And now, you know, they're attacking the police stations, and they attacked 2 prisons and unleashed upwards in the 3,000 plus amount of criminals from the jail. So do you remember that Batman movie where Bane, and I'm not laughing because this is wild, but like when Bane said, yo, we just they you know what I mean? They just
Yeah.
said, yo, the criminals just outnumbered them and they just took over the joint. So this pretty much what's going on right here.
That's not what happened in the Batman movie.
Oh man. Okay, we're not gonna go into that because Batman's not the topic. But basically, this guy is the Bane, and there were criminals freed in the Batman movie. Allegedly. Okay. So
I know
let's
which one.
continue.
I know what you're talking about. I get it.
Something like that. So let's continue with this. Let's see what else. Let's see. This is crazy. Let's bring it back a second. Here we go right here. Yeah, that's the nickname. So let's bring it back a little bit and let's get into it. Poor old lady. Look at this. This is crazy, bro.
The woman was hit by a stray bullet.
Hurts my heart.
Now, a gang boss and former police officer known as Barbecue has called for criminal groups to unite and overthrow the Prime Minister Ariel Henry. These gangs are incredibly powerful. They control major roads, ports, and food supplies and take money from businesses. But fear is their number one weapon. But Haiti's troubles go back much further than this. How Haiti got to this point can be traced through its history of political instability, social unrest, natural disasters, and foreign intervention. After being ruled as a Spanish and then a French colony, Haiti got a glimpse of independence in the 1800s. The Haitian Revolution was the first successful large-scale revolt by enslaved people in modern history. But it came at a price. The country was forced to take out high-interest loans to pay a debt to France. In 1915, the United States invaded, wanting to protect their own commercial interests in the country. Its 20-year occupation was sometimes a bloody one. More unstable governments followed until the 1950s, when Francois Duvalier, also known as Papa Doc, seized power and ruled as a dictator. Following his death, his son, Baby Doc, took over. Under their rule, thousands of people were murdered or tortured in jails, and corruption left the country struggling economically. In 1987, a revolt forced Baby Doc to flee. But what followed was more chaos, with multiple leaders replaced in military coups. President Jean-Bertrand Aristide fled into exile after several attempts at overthrowing him led to conflict across the country. The United Nations sent a peacekeeping force to restore order. By this time, Haiti was grappling with gang violence and spiraling crime, as well as political instability. But this UN mission was controversial, being linked to a cholera outbreak and allegations of human rights abuses. In 2010, more misery was added to the already desperate situation when a devastating earthquake hit. I arrived in the aftermath and reported from the hospital.
People are still being brought into the hospitals, and the hospitals are overwhelmed. They were days ago. They simply can't cope.
In just a few seconds, the capital was flattened and more than 200,000 people were killed.
They're hoping to find more people alive, but as each hour goes by, the chances get slimmer and slimmer.
It left Haiti with alarming levels of poverty and corruption, decimated infrastructure, and organized crime spiraling out of control.
And also, there's a bullets being fired. They're trying to clear the streets.
But things got even worse in 2021 when President Jovenel Moise was assassinated. Since then, gang violence has surged, with criminal groups stepping in to fill the gap left by political failure.
Okay. I got to pause it every couple of minutes just for fair use purposes. Fair use, everybody. You know the name of the game. Yeah. So, yeah, that shit going crazy over there. You know what I mean? And you'll see a little story here and there. But we're going to discuss the recent overthrow and the freeing of the inmates and things like that within the last 2 weeks. We'll cover that also. But let me continue because let me run this for another quick 2 minutes, and then we'll go over this and get some opinions on the situation and how critical it is, what this really means in the world scale.
And a lack of economic development. The smuggling of weapons and drugs into the country also fuels the criminal groups. With no elected civilian government, chaos on the streets, and a group of gangs who control vast swathes of the country, to all intents and purposes, Haiti is now controlled by a federation of gang bosses.
So basically, this is like niggas on the block. You know what I'm saying? This is niggas on the block. Just got the whole country under siege, basically. Well, Port-au-Prince, pretty much. Got the joint under siege. The boys in the hood, niggas just on the street, on the block, chilling like they military. Everybody got the AK and better. Oh man, this is wild. This is wild. All right, let's finish this off. This is crazy.
Which is arguably a world first. At the helm is Barbecue, a man who, when I met him first, I knew straight away was a force to be reckoned with. This most recent wave of gang violence spiked when the country's Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, visited Kenya. He's been finalizing plans for a peacekeeping force to come from Africa to Haiti with the financial backing of the United States.
Given this increasingly urgent need, the United States Department of Defense is doubling its approved support for the mission.
That mission is set to include 1,000 Kenyan police officers. It has now been delayed until a new government is in place in Haiti.
We are making this response because it is what is right. It is what humankind can do to fellow humankind.
And that may be true, but the African nation also wants to prove itself as a dependable ally on the world stage. That may be tricky, though. When I met Barbecue last year, he warned that sending foreign troops would only lead to more violence.
Mais si on essaie de résoudre avec ZAM, et je pense effectivement, peu de monde dans le quartier populaire au Cameroun, un peu de monde. Et il y a tué plus de monde dans le quartier populaire, il y a tué plus innocents que coupables.
So any international force could be faced with a coalition of armed gangs well trained in urban warfare. Elsewhere, the United States is trying to come up with a plan for the country's political transition. Hours after Antony Blinken met with Caribbean leaders, Haiti's Prime Minister announced he will resign. But only once a presidential council is created. While the timeline for this is unclear, what is clear is that the people of Haiti want a change. The longer this crisis goes on, the more people are being caught in the crossfire. With Haiti's struggles so deep-rooted within society, it's hard to imagine where it goes from here.
Oh man, crazy. Crazy.
There you go.
Let's talk about it, man. Oh man.
Ted, what's good?
Salute the My man Ted Hicks
Hey,
in the
Ted Hicks.
building. What's good? What's good? Salute for the shout out. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, so where do we begin with this, man? This is crazy. Where do we begin with this train wreck right here? Oh man. Wow. Let me take this fair
Ladies
use.
first.
Let me switch this.
Barbecue. Barbecue.
Yeah,
Really?
well,
Barbecue.
let me tell you where that name may come from though.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Oh, we start talking about barbecue. Let's go a little bit further back to
Let's
Moise.
go.
Okay.
Mhm.
Moise, the one who was assassinated.
Yes. A couple of years ago. Yes.
So, okay. The country was finally getting its bearings. I mean, I don't live there. Okay.
No, allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. And I think, especially in the United States, when he was assassinated, it kind of hurt a little bit.
Kind of.
Yeah. So that was deep. Like his assassination, if you don't know, was very deep.
Didn't know that. Go ahead, please. I did not know that.
Yes. So now fast forward, and now we can talk about barbecue. I just wanted to get that out there, because I don't want to just gloss over, because they did talk about it, and we need to put some pepper
emphasis on that. Mm-hmm.
To know that this was a very monumental turning stone for him, for that to had happened.
For that country, you mean? For the assassination of the president when that happened?
Yes.
So do you think conspiracy by any chance, or we don't get to point the finger until after the smoke clears and we see who actually takes control of the country?
Yes, to everything what you just said.
Oh, okay. Just curious. Just was trying to see what you were leading towards, or what you were hinting at. Yes, it is true. Foreign governments allegedly participate in these schemes of madness to assassinate presidents and create instability in countries. We all know that's a part of the political game, allegedly.
And within country,
Mhm.
right? Because if you don't,
From within, but you have to have backing. You have to have big funding and big backing, right? Because remember, you have to be able to combat the forces that are in control, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This can't be overshadowed, right? Like that whole assassination. Yes.
No, because that was the pivotal point right there. That was the changing point. Exactly. It seems like the country was just starting to recover and get a little footing after the the earthquake. I mean the mudslide and the earthquake. Remember that happened? Right? We
Yes.
can't gloss over that either.
So that was
the
2010, I
rebuild,
think it was.
the rebuild was crazy, right? Then allegedly, Dollar Bill and old Hilly Hill stole half of the bread that everybody then sent over there. That money, all of the relief aid got tricked up on fucking yachts and shit like that. But that's a whole nother story. Um, yeah, basically. Allegedly now.
Allegedly.
But
Thank you.
let's fast forward.
Basically and allegedly, yes.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But yes.
What I was saying. Allegedly, right? So the assassination of the president, then a lot of civil unrest in the coming years to follow, and now that leads us up to a couple of weeks ago. The let me see, maybe I could find some more footage on some of the
So you guys.
specifically on the freeing of the inmates. But go ahead, continue.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Y'all want to talk about barbecue? Go ahead.
No, we'll get to that, but we can bring it up to we can bring it up to that point. You know what I mean? Let me go back to let me see, maybe I have some footage because I want to because I want a little more in depth. They kind of just brushed over it as far as Mr. Barbecue himself. They interviewed. I see he interviewed him. And you see when he got up, he was like, "Yo, shut up." You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
When he got up and started talking, even though he was talking in his native tongue, I was sitting back here saying, he stood up and said, if y'all don't get y'all's asses.
You understand? It's in all languages. You tell somebody telling you STF universal. You know.
Yeah, so that's lit. Because and that'll mean literally lit. But think about the name, right? What do you call that? If you what you call it? There's a thing like if you put the tires on, right? You put the tires on somebody, you use car tires. You know what them things are?
Yeah, that shit they did
Used
in
car
Mexico.
tires. And they set it on fire.
Yeah.
Oh man. What do they have? Well, how's that pronounced? Pole, something like that, right? So it's like a form of torture. So they'll take somebody and they'll put, they'll put car tires on you, and then they'll set it on fire. So I don't know if you saw in a video there were a bunch of car tires that were on fire in the street and stuff like that, but they actually would. That's a form of punishment. So maybe that could be where his name derived from.
Barbecue.
You know what I'm saying? Could be, possibly. Because that's an odd name, like you were alluding to, Kimmy. That's a kind of odd name, right? Barbecue.
And OG
So you'd be
Classic.
like, where the hell that name come from? Huh?
OG Classic said Old Barbecue been a menace for years. They've been letting him do this shit for a few years.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if you couldn't stop it, you know what I mean? If you couldn't stop it, what I'm saying though, right? Yeah.
It's been hot down there for a minute. I actually knew a guy. I worked with a guy. He was originally from Haiti. We talked about it when Wycliffe was supposed to run for president down there. Y'all know Wycliffe Jean. He had
I
talked
remember
about
that years back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was like, I told him homeboy about it. He said, man, he don't want to go down there. They're gonna offer him. And I was like, is it really that bad? He was like, yes. And I catch a little bit here and there. Ever since they gained their independence, they've kind of been on their own. For a lot of people who may not know, when you look at the island, you saw Haiti on one side. The other side, I didn't tell you where there was. The other side of the Dominican Republic, where everybody goes to vacation. So you got one side of the island, that's a hot spot. The other side, you don't damn go to. Seriously.
Yeah.
Haiti's bad, then bad. You'll meet people who are Haitian. They are dangerous. They will tell you they are dangerous. A lot of them always trace back to the independence, the fact that they will fight for what they believe in and they will die for it. I'm not surprised about a lot what's going on up there. There was another issue that went down with the Clintons having invested some money down there, and that was a big scandal too. I'm wondering if a lot of this happened after, or if the U.S. interests when they were trying to go down there, if the Clintons were a part of it, and it just didn't work. Let's be clear: what's going on down there, we will not control. If they fought a whole other country for their independence, and people trying to come down there with their corporate interests,
depends on if they want it or not, maybe.
Yeah, but it's been bananas down there. I've been hearing about this.
Wait, but okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm good, lady. Go ahead, please.
I mean, I understand what y'all saying, like if they want it or not, which is I get that part. But
yeah, let's talk about this shit.
If half the country don't want it and the other half do we just negate the other half that actually want it, or that small portion of, like, as far as countries in general, Haiti's been very independent.
Yes.
For many years.
Decades, centuries, all that, yes.
Which is, they were one of the first countries to actually fight and win.
Yes.
They're independent.
Colonizer independence. Right?
Yes.
Correct.
And they have been struggling.
Yes.
It is, and so they need help.
In our eyes, yes, they do.
Now
you have the civil unrest, but it's outside.
No. In their eyes, they do as well. Just because you have a country and I'm just using numbers. One half that says they don't need help. The other half is crying out for help. You can't negate the half that is crying and saying we need help just because the first half is saying we don't need help. Just because they're louder. They got guns. And you're not paying attention. You can't. You're saying, leave them alone. The people with the guns are saying they don't need help. But the people dying in the street from the bullets or like need help. You can't negate that part either. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to just say no to what you're saying. I get.
No, you're fine. So the question is, what do we do? That's the thing.
That's the $1 million question right there.
Yeah,
What? So some governments, so like you say, Kenya, they were attempting to step up, right? They wanted to send 1,000 troops in, right? So you send in 1,000 troops, but they said they had to pause on that because they can't do it until you have like some type of stable government in play. Like
exactly.
at least some type of state. Because remember, you would have to put that in, that would have to be, you would have to work that in conjunction with whatever armed forces you have, right? Which seems to be at a minimum. Because like right now, you see what's going on. So they would have to actually have some kind of stability first in order to, you know what I mean, in order to make that work. So I can see where that comes from. But in the meantime, the longer it goes on, where it's in a failed state, the longer it goes on, the more difficult it is going to be to revive it. You know what I mean? To bring it back
I
to
agree. Yes.
Yeah, to a state of like normal. You know what I mean? So that's crazy right there. That's crazy. And I know a lot of people are not interested in, and that's cool, but that's not cool at the end of the day because hey man, listen, it's like once again you see another black country in another black country on the brink, you know, and it seems to happen all the time on the world scale. So that's kind of crazy right there. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it doesn't seem to be getting the press on the. I mean, but remember, there's so many wars going on around, so that's another thing you got to think about also. So you have the UK and this and the Palestine
Middle East,
and it's everywhere. You got some crazy shit going on. So
they've been saying it's World War III right now. They feel like
it could be.
That's
On the way to it, when people finally choose sides, yeah. When the countries finally say this, that, and the other, but there may be a bigger picture behind all of that shit,
Could be. I think I feel like it's all here. If you want to look at it like that, I mean, look at the previous wars. They were started by two countries going to war, and then all these satellite countries started going to war.
Yes. This is an independent country going to its own war. Which the United Nations, I don't think the United Nations are a part of them. Since they have their independence, they don't belong to anybody.
Right.
So everybody's going to let them be and leave alone. As I think about it, didn't Trump say something about Haiti a while ago? No, he said Dominican Republic. My apologies. He's talking about the Dominican Republic.
No, he may have said something derogatory towards Haiti.
He did.
I thought he did. Yeah, it might have been the Dominican Republic. But yeah, this ain't going nowhere. This is about as crazy as it is in the Middle East with what they got going on. But this is very internal. They're not messing with nobody else. This is internal to themselves. They're going to need some assistance, but whoever goes down into a system is going to want to put a plant down there. And I don't think they having that either. Haiti ain't having nobody come in there trying to tell them what to do or take over what they got or even milk them. I respect them for that. But what you have, and I'm going to go ahead and say this to everybody out here in the U.S. Y'all want to overthrow the government, but you don't know what the hell you're going to do afterwards. You got a whole lot of talk. Right now, you are looking at what happens when you overthrow your government. You got to handle things yourself. Are you all sure that you want that?
Well, that's what everybody has a plan that once we get rid of this person, because right now the guy he left,
yes,
and now they're really in upheaval because they don't know what's going on. They don't.
I mean, they've been doing that for the past 4 presidents. All BS aside, no disrespect to what you're saying.
Yes,
they've been doing it for the past 4 presidents. Like I said, everybody wants to overthrow. Everybody wants their independence. You're looking at a country going through the independence within themselves, and they got a civil unrest. Is this what everybody wants? Because you got a problem with the sanctuary cities already. You don't want a whole country to go through it. And we got 10 times as many people they do down there. You might want to think about it. Once you got the ideas, you think it's a good agenda, and then you're like, we're going to cross that bridge when you come to it. Nah, damn that. I'm going to tell you right now. All that violence, ain't none of y'all. I'm talking a bunch of y'all people down south, a bunch of y'all people in the city. Everybody who swear they got so many goddamn guns and bullets. You ain't got enough.
And why? And you got the liberty and the freedom.
Money travels was good.
Live like you have the freedom to say, oh, let's overthrow the government, and then feel like you could just walk down your street. Whereas you don't know when you have these repercussions. So not even before you even overthrow the government, but just not being able to walk down your street.
Yeah. Ain't nobody in the family safe or
yeah,
yourself.
that's crazy.
You a man, you strong, you independent, you grown, you an adult. You ain't scared of nobody. But remember one thing, just because you ain't scared doesn't mean you ain't outnumbered. That's the issue they're going through down there. Everybody wants everything to go right, and everybody wants to change everything up. And we're at the point in the United States. I'm old enough to know how many times they've been talking about changing the government, changing the president. I've seen them do it more than once. If we finally get it done, if you finally make that successful, what are you going to do afterwards? Nobody can talk about what to do afterwards. That's a long process. You have to rebuild your economy. You have to restore your economy. We don't have enough resources for that. And a bunch of money small enough to make it happen.
We live like we do. People acting like that's
exactly
easy.
Exactly. And I'm not sitting back talking like I'm against it, but we got to talk about what's going to happen if it becomes a success, because a bunch of you don't do that. I thought out that everybody. BJ Dub, what's good?
Well, see, like another thing, right? When you're gonna salute the BJ Dub, salute the Monday Travels for the shout out, salute for dropping in. See, the thing you got to think about is this, right? If, for example, if you're the barbecue, right? So let me get to the comment first. I don't want to be greedy. Haiti used to be one of the richest countries in the world until the U.S. looted their gold reserves. Oh man, that's the story of the.
Not just the U.S.
That's they game, man. You know what I'm saying? That's whoever. Well, tell me. I don't know, but I'm just saying that's usually whether it's the U.S. or some European nation or somebody that does not belong there, usually gets to come in and start mining and doing all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But these countries are struggling economically, so they have to cut these kind of deals with them. You know what I'm saying? And they usually don't get the maximum value for the resources that are taken out by these countries. You understand? East Atlantic in the buildings, the loot. But yeah, so but think about one point right here that I was gonna jump off on. If you're barbecue, right, and you take over the joint, right? If you say, you know what, remember he was former law enforcement, right? He could have just been a low-level entry cop that got into some dumb shit and got fired, whatever, right? Turned into the gang leader, right? Unified the gang, said, let's do this, let's do that, right? You got to think before you do all of this, right? You kind of want to, even though it's going to sound crazy, you want to connect with the next heir apparent politician. Because like you say, Tony D, you're going to take over the joint, this, that, and the other, but then what?
Exactly.
You run the streets, but we need to also have connections. There's because once it becomes a rogue state, that's when all your trade agreements and everything start whatever little bit you have, if any, everything just goes to hell.
East
You
Atlantic.
understand? So you need to have the heir apparent lined up before you pull the coup and you decide to run the joint. You better have the next coach, president,
but they use
sports therapist. It's like a team sports therapist.
Before you pull the coup, you better know what you're going to do. That's right.
You gotta know.
And when they usually do, it's usually the person, and the person is 10 times worse.
It's because they got to restart. I agree with you. They got to restart.
It's history. Yes, as history alludes to it.
I'm not just saying
the
hate.
majority of the times, historically, yes, historically, because before the assassination, it seemed like they were making a comeback. You know what I mean? It seems like stability was on the horizon. Things weren't looking as bleak as they had for years. And then once somebody sees that, it's like the hustlers, like, oh man, here they go, here they go, trying to get their life together. We don't want to see that. So that's kind of crazy. So I definitely call some kind of something on there. I won't say conspiracy, but it's something.
It's something not right.
Something, I smell a rat in this joint. That's some real rat talk. But you know, they're not really covering this shit. Is getting no airtime, which
Really?
is so surprising to me. This
I
gets no airtime. That's why I'm like, let me cover it. And then look, I'm like, let me cover it. And we have one person in the building, two people in the building. So look, people don't really, you know what I'm saying? But you know, everybody gotta, you know, we have our own issues in the US because we're being flooded, you know, with immigrants and things like that. But like, you know, this is getting no press, and I'm really surprised it's not story's not really getting any of that traction. You know what I
I saw
mean?
some quick stories over the weekend. I don't think it's getting as much, like you said, it's not getting the press it should be getting. But I did see some quick stories every now and then. They're mainly focused on what's going on with the Middle East because that's where a lot of our
Of course,
interest, which
of
brings me
course.
to what I was saying
Especially
originally.
the bread.
When you
Yeah.
got a country or an area going through something, if we don't have interest, we're not really worried about it. It's just news coverage.
Copy.
A lot of our interests are in the Middle East.
Oh yeah, as far as the country as a whole is concerned,
Yes.
yes, yes.
A lot of our interests are over there. We're going to back up Israel. That's the thing the military does. They're going to back up Israel. That's a whole nother story and a whole nother craziness. But yeah, that's all I got on Haiti, man. Prayers to y'all. God bless y'all. Hope y'all work this out. I will tell you all if you're down there and you see this, we've been hearing about y'all for a minute. We need y'all to resolve this because the innocent collateral damage is a negative stigma on any conflict. And
Correct.
many of us will pray that that comes to an end. Definitely a decrease, but damn sure an end. The collateral damage is a little too much. And that's negative stigma that's going against you all. Even though you're fighting for your independence, you're doing what you got to do. We never want to see the innocent go down for a cause. That's all I got on it for real.
Well spoken, my brother. Well spoken. Like you did see the lady, like that was really that was a bad scene to see the old lady
Catching a stray in the streets.
getting shot, catching stray bullets and stuff. That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, you know. But
they can't walk out in the street. Like you can't make a choice. You can't go to the store. You can't just sit outside. You can't just sit outside.
No.
No, not in Haiti. No. I'm
Two
thinking
words,
that probably
civil
wouldn't be.
unrest. No.
How
That
do
probably
you?
wouldn't be it.
We don't know that. I won't say we don't know that, but in the worst case,
On that
In the
level, we
first
don't
world, in
know.
a first world country, that's usually not the norm. Is
On
what you're
that level,
saying.
we don't know that. As tough as a lot of people are, they couldn't live in this shit. Let's just be honest. You know your neighborhood. You don't control what they got going on down there. She's
and if
correct.
you
We don't
don't
know
make
that.
a choice, you're killed.
Yes.
Like if I had a son,
He would be in a gang though. If you had a son, he would probably be part. They would have indoctrinated him into the street gang
he
because you
would
got to
have to
remember
in order to live, or he
you
could go
have
to
to do
school. I
that in
mean,
order to keep your family safe.
he don't have to be indoctrinated because let's not think that.
Some of them join, but some of them are recruited. When you get
They
to a
reel
certain
them
age,
in.
But there's a lot of them that don't choose none of those roads. Okay,
Yes, they are.
true.
You
There's
don't-
a percentage. Let's say
But you-
say a small percentage chooses that life, and the majority doesn't. But
So
for the people that don't, it's unsafe.
so those kids, those males, the black males that are not choosing to be joined or indoctrinated, they just want to go to school. They actually want to do in their community because it's great to see barbecues, but there are people in the neighborhoods that are actually fighting for the neighborhood. So
Yes.
that guy who is at the hospital helping people, and I'm not even, let's just say black people. I won't even say guy, but that person, those people who are helping in the community give food, those people who are helping in the community to take people to go vote when it's time to vote, right? Physically, like, because people are scared to vote. So they go to them and they like, listen, I'll go with you to vote, right? So you do have that community, even though it's, we have barbecues, but you also have, I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely have regular civilians that are trying to, like the everyday regular folks that try to work, pay taxes like you and me, right? You do have
Yes.
the people trying to look for some kind of semblance of normal life of like let's get back to normalcy. You understand what I mean? So that definitely
So imagine like
Yeah.
you don't know what today is going to hold. You know, you just
Bandana Travels was good.
are thankful for the day or the hour because you have to you have to pray when your kid goes to school, and you got to pray when they come home. You got to pray going to church,
Yes.
go to church, and then pray you come home from church.
Yes.
That energy, like that's amazing to me. The resilience of people, because people are there like living, not joining a gang, not being part of it, not even listening to, or like going to work people are there in Haiti going to work every day
Yeah.
and just being like normal, making TikToks or whatever. And in the back of their mind that there's a bullet. Oh, it just went through. Okay, let me just keep going on my TikTok.
Shit dangerous. But you give me, you know what? Salute Mandana Travels. See, it's crazy because you somewhat become desensitized to it, but at the same time, it's like, damn, this kind of crazy. Let me see what East Atlantic says. Isn't that an issue for the United Nations to resolve? I would think so. I would think the United Nations, but I'm not sure if they remember. See,
I just
I don't
looked
want
it up.
to.
They've been a member since 1945, so I was wrong in what I said earlier. I didn't think they were. They are a member of the United Nations.
So 1945, right?
Yes.
They've been a member of the United Nations. So there should be some kind of collaborative
Intervention.
effort, right?
Yes.
There should be some kind of collaborative effort, even though this recent turn of events. Salute the Primo in the building. Um, this recent turn of events, there should have been some. You know, you got to remember, they'll look at the United Nations. You look at it as a large boat, right? And they always say in business, large boats take long time to turn, right? So if this shit just hit the fan less than 2 weeks ago, like, so we talk about where the inmates were freed and everything, right?
Mhm.
So because remember this thing with Kenya, the situation in Kenya where they were trying to mobilize to send 1,000 troops in. This was before before the jailbreak, right? This is before the jailbreak even came into play. So
Yes.
think about that. So now the United Nations has to try to put together a plan and say, listen, first we got to get all the people from other. Listen, how should we handle this? Are you willing? Is because as a representative of the country, is your country willing to participate and donate your own resources and manpower towards this effort?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that has to be brought to the table first, right? You have to bring that to the table first. And then they have to bring that back to their country and they have to speak with their people and they got to say, okay, well, we'll participate or we can send 500 troops or we can send 1,000 troops. Like how Kenya said, okay, we can volunteer towards the effort 1,000 troops. Okay. Then they have to say, okay, well, we'll meet back in a month. You understand what I mean? Or we'll
Yes.
meet back in 2 weeks. But in the meanwhile, you see old ladies getting shot on the street. You see it's crazy. They didn't even allude to before because I saw another thing. The food, like, remember, the highways are cut off. So the few police that are left cannot get into pretty much the main Port-au-Prince area. Remember, the airport is also being threatened with being they're gonna shut the airport down soon, allegedly.
Right.
Okay. Right. So think about it. So just say if it's the major city in the country, they've taken over pretty much, allegedly, right? So think about how long it would take for the UN to speak with all the representatives and them to go back to their country and get back the information and this, that, and the other. But then they're still saying, listen, well, there's nobody in power there legitimately, right? To spearhead the effort to say, okay, well, these are the few remaining resources that we have here, which are clearly depleted when it comes to military and police. The resources are clearly depleted, right?
Right.
But somebody has to organize them. Who organizes them right now when you're in a state of a failed state, damn near, right?
Who wants
So
to
how the
sign
hell
that
until
paper?
somebody just says, "Yo, bunk it. We sending 10,000 troops over, and we're gonna take this shit over. We're gonna occupy this shit." But then it turns into another Iraq or another. You understand what I'm saying? Then
Yes.
you have thousands and thousands of troops dedicated to occupying another country, right? The people are gonna say, "Get out." But the gangs, remember, the leader said, "Listen, when other troops, foreign troops come in, it's gonna just lead to more violence." Because remember, they'll have the numbers, the gang will have the numbers, unless you have several countries collaborating. Listen, I'm gonna send 1,000, you send 1,000, I send 1,000, you send 1,000, I'm sending 10,000, right? Then what they're gonna do, take over the country, occupy it forever. Then you have money tied up for
Right.
years and years and years
10 years,
into
yes.
something, and it turns into a never-ending situation. So that's
Yes.
where the balance, you gotta like, damn, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't, but you just can't let
People keep
the
dying.
people take over the yes. It's one thing if the people take over the country, because remember, the people have the right to overthrow any government at any time when they see the government is failing
Yes.
to provide and meet the needs, the demands, and the basic, the basic everyday, day-to-day functions of the people, right? They have the right to. But when you do it, then what? Like we said earlier, let's take this joint over, but then who's gonna
Yeah,
run the joint? You
exactly.
got the muscle, we got the goons in charge. The goons, your power is being a goon. Like everybody can't be a goon, a businessman, a president man, a delegate. You understand? I can't negotiate with you to get the trade popping. Some people just have certain strengths. So once the goon takes over, then what? Right? Then what?
Yes.
The goon have to have somebody like, yo, my cousin is the he's the brains, he's the politician. You have to have people to put in play. You know what I mean? So that's you got to take that shit into consideration also. You know what I mean? Carter says Haiti kept European nations, England and France, from dominating the U.S. Said that it's not
To sound Louverture, yeah.
okay, so that's facts. So think about it now. So now it's like you stuck between it's a crazy situation, and we just gotta, I guess we gotta stay tuned and see how long that joint gonna run. But that's crazy. When the inmates take over the joint, then what?
It's almost as if I guess kind of like alluding to what you both were saying about not having the new plan, right? The plan afterwards.
Yeah.
So, we want them out, we want them out, we want them out. And then you get them out. Okay. Are they literally just waiting for somebody new to come in so they can be like, we want them out, we want them? Like, do they get their energy just being badasses? Like in
Well,
my
if you a goon, yeah, because that's your existence. That's your whole existence. You got brains
right.
and you got brawn.
You're
Right?
never right. Cause so you can never find you can't never find I
The
don't know
brains.
happiness, but maybe the word is happiness. Like you can't never find happiness because you always need because you said brawn, you're brawn. You always have that. I gotta punch a wall or something. I gotta punch something. You know what I mean? It don't matter who's next. You always are going to be angry.
True. You can't make everybody happy. You can't please everybody all the time. Like
Yeah.
somebody said earlier on the joint. Salute to Omar. You in the building. Omar says, listen, this saying that barbecue guy says, whoever heads Haiti, their family has to live there. Okay. So that means they're not letting foreign interests come in and take it over. But
Exactly.
but at
Exactly.
the same time,
They
bro,
had
who do you got to sit in the goddamn seat, player?
They had Haitian prime ministers. They had Haitian presidents. Their families lived there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
The person,
exactly.
TMZ was good.
whoever leads Haiti, their family has to live there.
Yeah, they had their own leaders
Once
internally,
his family
correct?
lived there.
Hmm.
All these people from the past. This guy who stepped down, he lived there. His family lived there.
Yeah, but you got to realize once that political rest hits, right, and they're not happy with you, your family's at stake now. Your family's at danger.
This is what
So
I'm
you
saying.
just
So
got to hit the eject button. And that's what they did. Salute
So,
West Side.
so that has nothing to do. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, Omar Best. I'm not.
There is no,
I'm
everybody's
not
opinion is
arguing
valid.
with you per se. I'm saying, like, okay, you're. I won't even call the guy's name, but you're threatening to kill the new people that come in because they're foreign.
Yes, they don't
But
want foreign.
The Haiti has, for the most part, have internal presidents.
Yes, they had their own people running the joint. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, historically there hasn't been outsiders running the joint, but they're not going for it now.
No election has, except for Marseille's, have been entirely civil. Like, think of like the past 20 years of elections that happened in Haiti, and they're not civil. So, and they're all internal to Haiti. So you don't want the foreign people to come in, and yet your own people have had the helm, and you wouldn't work with them. I don't get where I don't
see what this is what happens. Let me
understand. I'm not meant to understand. I don't want to understand. I guess maybe it's just
you got to put your brain in the mind of a madman to understand. Carter says, "Listen, the United States won't help Haiti because their reps sexually abused 9 Haitian children back in the 2000s, allegedly." Okay, so Omar says, "Look, check it out." Salute to O. He says, "All right." He says, "Essentially, barbecue wants to be able to touch the family, as in, if you run in the country." Your family has to live here because the goons want to be able to have access to your family so they can enforce threats. All right. So that's another piece. He also says he wants to be able to control the leader. Basically, he can reach out and touch the family. Exactly what I was saying. Exactly what he said. Exactly. But right. But at the same time, bro, why doesn't he has to but like, bro, you gotta have somebody to endorse at the same time, right? So remember, you take over the streets are behind you, like, yo, word, be popping, we gonna be lit, let's take this shit over.
Right.
You already have to have the next person to put in play, right? That's part one. Part two, the person that comes into play, he has to pull, I don't know, rest in peace. He has to pull the Chavez. Like, look, everybody's gonna get fed, right? We're gonna make sure at least nobody's starving, right? We're gonna make sure we can help the poor people. But in order to do that, whoever comes into play has to have the political connections, but you have to be endorsed by the UN, not by the hood, because
Facts.
then you don't get the support money on the back end where you're able to feed the people that you made the promise to when we took this MFA over. We're gonna be able to take care of you. You understand what I'm saying? Does this make sense?
Yes.
Let's break this down.
But if you bring him in, I'm gonna kill it.
I haven't been planning to overthrow the country, but you have to have these things in play before you do that. Okay, because you have to keep your bargain on the back end, pause, because then people are going to want to hold you accountable and say, hey, man, we supported you, we brought you up here. But see, also at the same time, but if you still controlling the streets, then it becomes well, fuck you. We still control, we still have the power. You understand what we're saying? We can't please everybody, but for those that aren't happy, whatever, nigga, we got the power. We got the streets. We got you understand, all the power is in pocket. So it's a slippery slope when it comes to that. Omar says nobody wants that. He said a Haitian runs it just so he wants their family to be there as well. A lot of the farming presidents got their fam, and yes, that's true, got their family in college in the US. Exactly. So you always want the person that's leading your country. You have to be born and raised there. That's a automatic, because you have patriotism and you have love for your country. It's your homeland. You definitely can't have somebody from another country running your country because the interest is not the same.
Right.
Do you understand? It's just like you have different people of different ethnic backgrounds in the US right now protesting, whether the US decides to support one country or the other. You have people protesting in the street waving their own flag. It's like you're in a whole nother country protesting something that's going on in your own country. You have the option to take a plane, go back to your own country, bear arms, and fight for your own country instead of blocking traffic here while I'm trying to go get my money in the morning because I don't give a flying 747 about what's happening in some places. I'm just saying, don't interrupt my life because the stake that I have in this game is tied right here to this country. So if there's something going on in your country and you got beef with it, get a plane ticket and go there, bear arms and help fight the battle. If you're a woman and you can't bear arms, go there, help support the soldiers, help cook meals for the soldiers and the men that are out there dying on the battlefields, help secure the homes while these men are out on the fields. You know, you have to do something else because protesting in the streets in a country that you haven't even been born in, you have the option to go home anytime you want. That's another thing. I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody or any people that are protesting, but just don't interrupt folks that have nothing to do with it and they just trying to go to work. So don't block the streets. I recommend you just go back home, bear arms, and go fight or go support the soldiers in the war. That's what my suggestion is for those folks. Does that make sense or not? I'm just saying, I have no stake, I have no dog in the fight. I'm just trying to get to my bag, but
Yes,
don't
it
make me
does.
late. That's what
Check
I'm
your
saying.
private chat, man. Check your private chat.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get what you're saying, but
Go ahead, Kimmy. Go for
I
it.
guess one of my questions, because I've just been kind of sitting back just listening, but who's going to help all the women and the girls that are getting sexually assaulted?
Well, when the men go home, to go help fight instead of protesting in the streets, private chat, instead of protesting in the streets, okay, then maybe there could be a little more protection for the women and the spoils and the spoils and the craziness going on in the country. Because remember, there are men, there are grown men also that have migrated to the U.S. Right? It's not just women. I see men at these protests.
No, I think she's
yelling,
talking
screaming. But no, please. Am I wrong? I don't know. And maybe I took it wrong.
Haiti? Or are you talking about the protesters here?
I'm talking about protesters. Kimmy, were you referring to Haiti? I'm sorry, I'm lost.
No, yeah,
I
I was referring to protesters. I mean, not the protesters. I was referring to Haiti.
Okay, because I was on that protester shit. Because I'm tired of them niggas. I don't keep it a band. These niggas.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think we're.
Yeah, I got a little sidetrack. Wait, I'm getting sidetracked.
My bad.
Back to the story.
My bad.
I mean, nah, I was on that shit. You know, them niggas. You know, they stinking up the game right now. You got price congestive parking. You got protesters. Like the city's stunk up. They got the whole joint. The joint is crazy right now. I got to pay to be late, and then be delayed by protesters that don't even belong here. Yo, go home and fight, man.
Okay.
Grown ass men. All right, I'll address the Haiti side one more. Let me throw a little more shade on the protesters. Look, the grown ass men that are out there protesting, right?
Too much,
arguing with the police and all that. Take your grown ass home, pick up your AK-47 and go fight, man. I don't want to like for what? What are you arguing with police that are here, New Yorkers that are protecting their city? What are you doing here? Fighting them. You need if you that gangster, go home and fight the niggas that are overthrowing your country. That's what I gotta say on that. As far as grown ass men protesting, the women and children, let them. Yeah. Y'all got the whatever. But the grown ass men, don't let me see you out there protesting because you got every right to take your grown ass home and go pick up a gun and go fight. So shut up. All right. So let's get back to Haiti real quick. I'm sorry, Kimmy. What were you saying?
You got Kimmy Kelly leaving. Yo,
I ain't running her out of there. She ain't a protester. She's American, damn it. She's a red-blooded American. Omar said, yeah, but it's a testament to freedom of the United States. It is. It's the freedom of the United States. This is true. You say the craziest shit in the world. Folks able to raise a raise foreign flags in the USA. Try putting up a USA flag in front of your house in another country. Exactly. They'll burn that shit down and they'll probably try to kill you, which is so crazy. But yet we allow these folks to, but that's your civil right. I get it. But I say you should only get that right if you're paying taxes or something, not if you're just here just for collecting. You gangster. Yo, I'm gangster. But yeah, back to the Haiti part now. In
Yeah.
closing, a lot of the young men, of course, obviously are joining the gangs. And you know what I mean? They're being recruited. And that's not anything new. Guerrilla warfare in other countries and stuff, they do recruit young boys, 17, 18, 16. You know what I mean? So that's nothing new in those countries where they're, you know. And then at the same time, you have to make a decision because if you have no father, right? If you're, so you have a mom and a sister, right? If you have Salute J Mog in the house, if you have a mom and a sister, and you're a 17-year-old young boy coming up in an impoverished, war-torn society, you may have to make that move just to protect your family. So you got to realize the decisions that these young men are faced with. Also, I don't think a lot of them grew up saying, "Oh man, I want to tote the AK all day and, and go crazy in the hood." And, overthrow the government. That may not have been their dream as a child, but you know, situations present themselves. And I'm not making excuses for these young men not participating in this type of thing, but your options are limited when you're facing poverty. Of course, we all know that.
We didn't get to Kimmy Kelly's question either.
Go ahead, Kimmy. One more time, Kimmy. I'm sorry if I got to the super filibuster, but I thought that was something relating to the young men. Go ahead, Kimmy. One more time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. No worries. I'm just saying what all of this is going on. And I know this may sound really stupid, but how do you have time to sexually assault women and girls? Just
because that's power and control for men.
Yeah, it's just
That's
like
barbarian, savage, crazy shit.
It's disgusting. It's like that, and I can't. It can't be about this. It has nothing to do with the president or whoever else is in control. It's power.
That's sad.
There's crazy motherfuckers doing crazy shit, basically,
That's sad.
with machine guns in their hand as well. You understand what I'm saying? So remember, like you say, the power, right? So now the gangs are running the neighborhood, so now they can do what they want, right?
Yes.
So the gangs are essentially the police in the neighborhoods in Haiti now, in the Port-au-Prince area, basically, and they have the main highways cut off, allegedly, and so the police from neighboring cities cannot enter to support the police that are inside. You understand what I mean? So they pretty much have the whole outside world cut off to a point as far as food, police supply, police backup. They said the hospitals are full. You saw the video. They said the hospitals are full. Some of the doctors and nurses can't even get to work to
They did
help
say
the
that,
civilians
yes.
that are hurt. So that shit is dire straits. Yeah, it's crazy.
And the girls who,
the victims of assault, everything. Like
they're okay. Not forget the hospitals, because
Yeah.
when you are a victim, especially of sexual assault,
oh,
there is
there's no rules.
Hold on, I'm speaking specifically about
Mm-hmm.
victims of sexual assault for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
There is no doctor that can help you. It's a psychological mess up. So there's like no, how do you go to a psychologist and explain that? You can't. So you deal with it, you get brutalized, and now you gotta go and deal with it and continue your day and continue your and yeah, I got shot, and yeah, there is a mess up. There is a mental mess up with it. But there is such a big mental mess up when you are brutalized
I'm sure.
as a sexual assault person, and then you still probably have to walk past that person every day because he's minding your block. He might have been the neighbor that you grew up with, somebody that you knew, and you have to see that. Like, there's no help for that. I mean, you could get a gunshot wound, and yeah, there's, you might get a suture or something like that, but you can't take that away from the rest of your life, that happening, right?
Right.
Of course
Or
not.
happening to your somebody that you know, and see them still be strong. Like if it happened to your mom or your auntie or whoever else, and you have to still watch them be strong, knowing
Men have been sexually assaulted also. So let's just say sexual assault period. But remember when a nigga is standing at the corner with an AK-47 every day with 50 other niggas. I mean, listen,
and you have to keep going.
yeah, that's the option. Unfortunately, because it's a failed state and it's a state of chaos. Like what you know what I mean? If there's no police backup, remember, there's nothing in place. First of all of your resources are already limited, being where you're from. In certain particular areas, you have limited resources to begin with. When the few systems you have are broken down, right? There's, you know what I mean? I don't mean to sound like Dr. Doom, but when the few resources that you have broken down and society around you has collapsed, you just got to try to take it day by day. And I'm sure it's a mental battle for those people that are going through this. Obviously, we saw the old lady shot in the street. Come on, like that shit crazy. So yeah, that's real serious business right there going on. And I hope the UN comes to some type of resolution on this very sooner than later. You know, because it's only going to get worse. But and we need more coverage on this. That's what I was getting at pretty much, because that's crazy. Basically, anybody else in closing on this? Like, because I wanted to specifically cover this topic today. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
know
Bro, I'm
being
good.
laughed.
I'm good,
Yeah, this
honestly.
wasn't one of those fun. Like we usually get up here and have a good time, and yeah,
Nothing thoughts.
this ain't it.
No
Yeah,
thoughts.
nah, today this ain't it today. Today was real shit. Yeah.
I had to say
Sometimes you
it at
gotta
least one time so we can acknowledge that we do talk about it.
hey man, every week brings a new story to the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, we just needed some coverage on this. I wanted to see how you all were feeling about this. Am I right or wrong? We not seeing enough of this, or
No, I
yeah.
just seen glimpses of. I actually got the news on now, trying to see what's going to pop up. I know I did see an article Friday evening. I mean, I did see a story that was talking about it Friday evening. Someone saying some of the clips to running through the street armed and everything. It's crazy down there. I'm sticking with what I said earlier. You got your independence; it's always going to be respected, but the collateral damage is giving you a negative stigma right now. Nobody's going to tell you nobody's going to tell you to not fight against any type of tyranny or whatever, any type of government corruption. People are looking for a solution because the way you're being perceived right now is negative. Seriously. We don't even know the whole story. Nobody's really telling us the whole story unless you know somebody from down there. So I'm good.
Brony,
No. So, it's
Kimmy. Oh man. Yeah, this is one of those yeah, this shit is kind of sad. You know what I mean? Shit is sad, but UN, if you out there listening, United Nations, let's get this shit together down there. Let's come to some. Yeah, they probably are. I'm sure that because I'm not privy to that information. Obviously, I know some powerful people in the world, but not them niggas. Let's go, the UN niggas. I mean, there are a few people in a few places that are actually living there, but they on civilian mode in a few places. But yeah, nobody that can make any changes. But I'm sure they're
Meta
trying to
World
resolve
Smoke.
this.
Make the phone call.
Meta
Get her
Make a
World
done.
call.
Get her done. Get her done.
I'm calling, but them niggas ain't picking up. They like, Smoke, who the fuck this? How this nigga get my number? Block. I'm getting blocked. As many you calls to the UN I'm making, I'm getting blocked quick,
Nobody's
fast, and
answering.
furious rate. Yeah, so the block game is real. I like to say salute to everybody that pulled up. That hopefully this was a little food for thought, and we can keep this conversation going. And for folks, in ear distance of this conversation, because it's kind of crazy. And yeah, I just didn't feel it was getting the coverage that it needed to get, so I had to jump on this real quick. But that's what's up. In closing, let me get to hold on. Let's get to the banners here. Tony D.
Yes, sir.
Here's your info. Here we go, right here. Let me throw your link right here. Boom.
Appreciate it.
Information. Where can we find you besides the LinkedIn? I mean, excuse me, the Linktree link. What else you got
This will
going
be my
on, bro?
primary locations. I haven't been broadcasting a lot since fantasy football ended. I do plan on getting back in the mix, but I got some stuff going on my side after hours as well and after work. So I'm tied up, but definitely follow my Rumble, my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, please. I request the subscriptions to those channels for when I do broadcast. Got a couple plans I'm working on. I'm thinking about. It's going to be, like I said, I got some stuff going on down here I got to take care of, but you'll see me back up. What I have done is definitely on my Rumble. Did a couple of music marathons. Did do a 2020 marathon, about an hour. Erica Badu did a Maxwell. That Maxwell's kind of flying on. Like, y'all might want to check out that Maxwell
Salute to
broadcast.
Maxwell, man. Salute to Maxwell. Word up.
It was kind of fly. I did Anita Baker. I did Luther Vandross. So I got a few of them up there. Just been a little distant compared to my normal schedule, but Smoke, appreciate you. T. Ronnie, Kimmy Kali, good to see y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Thank y'all in chat for coming through, man. Holla at your boy.
All day, every day, you know what we do. Kimmy Kali, talk to us, sis. I know you usually don't drop the links, but just, you know what I mean?
Hey.
Hey.
What up, though? What up, though? No, all is well. It's been a while, so I'm feeling a little rusty. That's why I've been so quiet. I'm just like, let me just be quiet. So it's all good. Yeah, okay, Tony B, whatever. Yeah.
2.5 years.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna pull that up on me like that?
Oh man.
Yeah, no, all is well. Y'all be good. Y'all be easy. Have a good week and all that good stuff. I hope we'll be getting back to our regularly scheduled program. I ain't nobody and I ain't nowhere. So you find me, you find me. You don't, you don't. It's okay.
I've been loving your videos, FYI. Okay?
Yeah, she been up there. Hey, everybody.
I'm watching you. I'm peeping you on Instagram. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you out there.
Wait, you were doing a smoke though. You were doing the smoke. Was it for Valentine's? Which one was it? Oh my God. You, Kimmy Kelly, you were saying something about, oh my goodness. I was watching what and you had me cracking up. It had to have been Valentine's Day, was it? No,
I don't know.
Grab it. Find it. We'll
talk about it.
Right. Because I was about to say, I slip in and I just like
saw one the other day. I saw a new one the other day. Yeah. She
Oh, that was the storm. That was I did one on the storm the other day, a couple days ago, because it was like
that's what it was cold. Because it was cold or the snow.
No. That was because we had tornadoes in the area and it like poured down rain. And I should have gotten out of the car.
No, you got all wet.
Ooh, I can't get out the car now because it's just pouring. But yeah, it was real bad storms. It was gray. It was dark. It was, yeah, they was coming to get us though. They was coming to get us. So yeah.
Be careful. Don't get caught in the wrong part of town. At the wrong night in the wrong weather conditions.
Yeah. It was that part.
Just one of those days.
Instagram lit. T Ronnie, what you got for us? I have your link right here. Instagram. Talk to us. What you got?
I got some things coming up in the pike. I don't have it all organized.
What you got? What you got?
But I will. Okay, so one thing that's going on right now, if you're in the DC area for the next, it's actually a 7-week run, but it's been 2 weeks and they were supposed to have been closed and they opened up again. Oh yeah, I got another one too. So let me get this one out first.
Go for it.
It's called Artomatic. Go see the artists. It's a free event. It's a building. It's a building on M Street, 2100 M Street. And you go in the building and it's like going to an office building. And instead of people sitting in the offices working, it's exhibits. It's little exhibits of artists doing their thing. And it's going for 7 weeks. Different artists rotate depending on whatever the week is that they can make it. But if you're in the DC area and you have 5 more weeks, so whatever, just go there, 2100 M Street. Oh, so the other thing is, I
Mhm.
want to give a great shout out to Team Racing Productions celebrating their 10 years. I don't know if you guys know, like I do Team Racing Production. You see me in a t-shirt with the pink hair. And that's when I'm working with Team Racing. Team Racing has been a staple within the LGBTQIA plus community in the DC area for like 40 plus years. Okay, she's amazing. However, Team Racing has been celebrated, is celebrating their 10-year anniversary. So shout out to Queen of the Shameless Plug, Team Racing. And tomorrow, if you're going to watch the news in DC, she's going to be on the news in DC. And I won't tell you why, because I want to wait for tomorrow. But I will
Okay.
be on with the pink hair.
Oh,
Okay.
you're gonna be on you're gonna be featured on that.
Yes.
What channel we talking? What channel? Let's let the people know. What channel?
It should be on any of the DC.
All the local networks. It's gonna be on the local networks.
So USA 9, WJLA. If you have WUSA 9, it'll more than likely be on that because USA 9 does cover a lot.
Yes.
But you have NBC and WJLA as well. So, and Fox, no, not Fox. I don't, Fox is not going to air it. But yes, I will be the one with the pink hair.
Pink hair. Look for the pink hair, ladies and gentlemen. Look for the pink.
Is there an online something that we can look at since we're not in your area?
I will send it once it gets. I don't want to say what it is now because I don't want to ruin it. Right?
That's fine.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
I will send the link.
You'll send the clip. You'll
Yes.
send a video clip.
Yes.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat for us
Yes, I will.
after the
But
yeah.
if you're in the DC area, Maryland, DC, Virginia area, and you get news for DC, watch the news tomorrow.
Look
And
for
you'll
the
see-
pink hair.
Yes.
Lit pink hair all day.
Now, just for the Team Racing.
Monday pink. We lit. Well, on that note, thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
All good. You know how we get down. This is what we
It's been a
do.
long
Thank you.
time.
Next Sunday we back at it. Everybody like, share, subscribe.
Don't forget the
Okay, yep, here we go. So this is in since I didn't even set it up how I was supposed to, I'm gonna end us with the clip of the day, which is officially gonna be a clip of my own.
wait,
Go
before
ahead,
you do that,
T-Roni.
before
Talk
you
to
do
me.
that, we
you
should
got?
give a shout out to the people in the chat box.
We're gonna do that too. Yeah, instead of coming back, we'll end it with that. Okay, copy. I see what you're saying. So let me just send a shout out to the folks that came through in the
We want to
building. You
thank
know
you.
what I'm
Because we,
saying?
Hey, Monahan was good.
you
Yeah,
were
yeah, Jay Morganheim. That's my man Jay Money, OG Classic Jones in the building. You know how we get down. BJ Dub pulled up. Salute the Money Travels. Know what I mean? Carter Ford Consulting, East Atlantic. My man Bandana Travels. Know what I mean? Primo with the shout out. This is what we do, man. Check it out. I know that, like I say, this topic wasn't, the typical, like, ha ha ha, yeah ha ha. This was kind of just like something, sometimes you gotta keep it real serious at times too. So, salute to that and salute to Ted Hicks in the building for dropping in. Also,
Big Ted.
hold on, let me see if my promos are spinning. Let's see.
I don't know what happened, but look, y'all saw me smoke Sunday Night Smoke podcast. Go check my boy out. You know what I mean? For sure.
I'm just saying. Let's see where we at here. Let's run a quick. Like I say, this clip of the day is one of my own. So I won't say it's a clip. We're gonna take you out with a little music video. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of the video. One of the
What
more
we got here?
recent
What we
joints.
got here? What we got here?
It's
We
4
gonna
minutes.
rock. Nah, I dropped this. No, it's just gonna run. This is just gonna run. I'm gonna play a little of it. But this is Cuba Libre. This is on the video side of the channel. And I don't know if you may have seen it, but if not, hey, salute to Cuba. Cuba was lit. Let's go.
Nice. Oh.
Charlie B.
If it ain't raining when I get back, I'm gonna change clothes and hit the streets again. That's what the name of the game is.
I'm looking down from up in the sky. I don't quite get how I've been without you for all this time. Good God, I'm bent out of shape now. You got a body like a model. You got a body that you always find. Open up a bottle, and baby, you can have whatever you want. You taste so sweet, I can't help myself. You like candy, you like liquid honey. You taste so sweet, I can't help myself. You like candy, you like liquid honey. Oh, ah. We're moving places I can't control. I don't know how to be without you. I don't feel whole. Look what you've done to me now. You got a body like a model. You got a body that you always find. Open up a bottle, and baby, you can have whatever you want. You taste so sweet, I can't help myself. You like candy, you like liquid honey. You taste so sweet, I can't help myself. You like candy, you like liquid honey. You like liquid honey. You like liquid honey. No, you like liquid honey. You like liquid honey. You like liquid honey.
I'm just saying.
And want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing.
I like that. Content creators collaborate. I like that. I like that.
Salute the V12, Big Mog, Backpack Val. You know what I'm saying? Free Society. Lit, y'all. Thanks for joining us. You all have a happy Sunday evening. We'll be back next Sunday. Know what I mean?
Peace out. Haters down.
One love, y'all. Take care. Peace out.